Greetings, everybody. It is Geoff Keah, one of the IASIU directors. I co-chair the Education and Certification Committee with Angela Palikowski. This is the most recent SIU Today podcast. And with me today, I have my esteemed guests, Migdalia Pérez and Melvin Rosario-Crespo of the Puerto Rico Chapter. I just want to have a little conversation with you guys about kind of highlighting your chapters. So Migdalia, thank you again for coming on to my podcast. Tell us a little about your journey in SIU and how you became involved with the Puerto Rico chapter.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me. It is a pleasure to be here and share a little about our chapter and the work what we do. My journey really began with the passion for the insurance fraud investigation. I spent the last 28 years working in the field, helping protect the integrity of the insurance industry while continuously learning and growing professionally. What attracted me to the IASIU was its mission. It is the premier organization dedicated to educating, developing, and connecting insurance fraud professionals around the world. I first became involved by attending events, collaborating with colleagues, supporting chapter activities. Over time, those experiences led to the leadership opportunity, and today is an honor to serve as the president of the Puerto Rico chapter alongside such a dedicated group of professionals.
Yeah. So as chapter president, you come a lot across a lot of things. What is your most proud accomplishment with the Puerto Rico chapter?
Without a doubt, the growth and engagement of our chapter. We have built a strong professional community where members are committed to learning, sharing knowledge, and supporting one another. What made me proud is that our success is truly driven by our members. Their dedication, leadership, and willingness to collaborate have created an environment where professionals can continue to grow while helping advance our industry.
Perfect. Yeah. So Puerto Rico, it has its own unique insurance market and legal environment. So what fraud trends or challenges are you seeing the most that might surprise investigators in the United States?
Once the biggest factor in the impact of catastrophic events. Puerto Rico has experienced hurricanes, earthquakes, floods, and other disasters that unfortunately create opportunity for fraud. We often encounter inflated property claims, contractor-related fraud schemes, and attempts to seek compensation from multiple sources for the same loss. Beyond catastrophe-related claims, we also investigate fraud involving property, auto, and healthcare insurance. Because Puerto Rico is a relatively small and interconnected market, collaboration becomes very essential. Investigators, insurers, regulators, law enforcement, and legal professionals play a role. Information sharing and ongoing training are critical to staying ahead of emerging fraud trends.
Yeah. So you're talking about relationships, right? So speaking of that, how does a relationship between SI professionals and legal counsel contribute to successful fraud investigations?
It's absolutely essential. SIU investigators are responsible for identifying suspicious activity, collecting evidence, and analyzing claims. The legal counsel help ensure that investigation comply with applicable law, regulation, and even evidentiary standards. When investigator and attorney work closely together, we can build a stronger case and protect the integrity of the process. Whatever the outcome is, the claim is denied, civil recovery, or criminal prosecution, that partnership significantly improves the chance of success while ensuring fairness and compliance.
Yeah. So looking ahead, for both of what are your goals for the Puerto Rico chapter over the next few years?
My primary goal is continue strengthening the chapter through education, professional development, and increase member engagement. I also want to expand collaboration among insurers, investigators, attorneys, and regulatory agencies because fraud prevention requires a unit effort. Another important initiative is supporting the development of additional IASIU chapter through Central America. Many countries in the region face challenges very similar to those we experience in Puerto Rico, and a stronger regional network can help us share knowledge, training, and best practices. And finally, I am passionate about introducing university students to the insurance industry. Many young professionals are unaware of the reward careers available in claims, underwriting, risk management, and fraud investigation. I love to inspire more students to explore this field.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of, you're talking about education and introducing it to universities, right? So I know Eddie Lopez has been really great and instrumental with working with you guys.
Yes.
And we're already talking about maybe some other South American chapters and stuff. So speaking like the education front, one of the designations is the Certified Insurance Fraud Investigator, or the CIFI. It's my understanding, maybe Melvin, you can talk about this, that we just recently had that translated into Spanish. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's very important to us because we see Puerto Rico as a bridge between the organization and the rest of Latin American countries. One of the situations that confront other countries is the problem with the language. And of course, they have a lot of reason with that. But the translation of the test and also other materials, for this first step in Puerto Rico as a bridge with Latin America. From my point of view, Puerto Rico, as also other countries in Latin America, has common cultural situation regarding claims. The approaches of a catastrophic events taught that speed, compassion, documentation, and fraud detection must coexist. The industry must respond quickly, legitimate claims, but it also have the investigate capacity to identify abuse. The balance is where SIU professionals, legal counsels, and other organizations, and also other specialized organizations in Latin America contribute, and like IASIU become essential. In the case of Puerto Rico, after events such as Hurricane Maria, earthquakes, floods, and other major losses, the insurance industry in Puerto Rico had to operate under extraordinary pressure. Thousands of policyholders needed help. Insurers had to respond quickly. Adjusters had to evaluate damages under difficult conditions. At the same time, those same conditions created opportunity for fraud, inflated, duplicate recovery, contractor-related schemes, exaggerated damages, and documentation inconsistency. One of the most important lessons that catastrophe fraud cannot be addressed only after the event occurs. This is very important to understand the cultural situation of Latin American countries. Preparation is essential, like in other countries, but insurers need specialized protocols, documentation standards, trainers, SIU escalation criteria, data monitoring, vendor controls, and clear communication between claims, SIU, legal and compliance and management. In my personal point of view, there is very important aspect in the cultural area that the translate the test open the opportunity to Latin America express our local situation of manage the claims to the international organizations. I would like to close by emphasizing that insurance fraud investigations are ultimately about protecting trust. They protect insurance, but they also protect honest policyholders, the stability of the insurance market, and the credibility of the claim process. Puerto Rico, like other countries in Latin America, working with the SIU is especially meaningful because our market faces unique challenges, as you say, catastrophic exposure, distinct legal environment, this is very important, economic pressures, and increasingly sophisticated fraud scheme. But those challenges also create an opportunity. They allow us to build a stronger, more educated, and more collaborative SIU community. That is why
Absolutely.
SIU is so important part to us at the international organization. It connects the professionals, promotes education, and reminds us that effective fraud investigation must always be grounded in integrity, fairness, and professionalism. I think that is the unique opportunity to other countries in Latin America begin to contribute to this great organization. That's my point of view.
Excellent. Migdalia, do you have any closing thoughts you'd like to end with?
Well, we continue to see fraud risk associated with property claims resulting from hurricane, earthquake, flood, and other catastrophic events. But we also challenges involving healthcare fraud and automobile claims, including exaggerated damage and stage accident during the past year and to the present. This trend highlights the importance of continued training, data analytic, information sharing, and collaboration across the whole industry in Puerto Rico. As investigators, we must constantly adapt to emerging threats while ensure that legitimate policyholders receive the support they need. Organizations like IASIU play a critical role in helping professionals stay informed, connected, and prepared to address these evolving challenges. It's very grateful to have this opportunity to talk to you today.
Absolutely.
Thank
And
you.
it's been great talking to you guys. And hopefully, I think we will see you at the ISU conference here at the end of the year in
Yes.
September, right? Well, not end of the year, but in September. So if you haven't registered for the conference, registration is still open. And I believe the next price increase occurs on July 31st. So the conference is September 20th through the 23rd at the Rosen Shingle Creek Resort in Orlando, Florida. We're working to put together a great conference for you guys, and we'll hopefully see you all there. And thank you again for you guys joining today.
See you there. Thank you very much.
Thank you. See you there. Bye.